Welcome.
Wagwan.
You're going to leave that open? Okay.
I don't follow no rules. So, anyways.
Welcome to
podcast. What?
Episode. Podcast 10.
10. Podcast did okay, you know?
Yes.
Bought a couple cars. Shout out Porsche. For sponsoring this episode, not sponsoring this episode. Not actually. Don't worry, legal team. I mean, you can send us. Like, I'll take this car right here, no problem. I'll take any of them.
I like the yellow
as long
one.
as they're in
There's
black.
a yellow one back there. And there's some nice blue ones too that have been.
Oh yeah. Porsche makes a nice blue. So
just a little recap. We had brunch, I guess it would be at this point now, at this place called Ecstatic.
You fold that easy, eh? Someone's like, "Where'd you eat?" You're like, "Oh, this place. It was so good." Same spilling all the deets.
Yeah,
it's Ecstatic Scarborough.
Very, very
good.
Delicious.
Highly recommend.
Highly.
I had their fascia.
Yes, and I had their pulled beef with mushroom omelet, and then my daughter had a Belgian waffle, and it was amazing. It's Middle Eastern. It's a really good take on Middle Eastern, Western, I guess, kind of food. But if you ever get a chance to check it out, it's just at I guess this is like what
Consumers Road.
Consumers Road, yeah, in
401
Scarborough.
Consumers, yeah.
Yeah, so go check it out. It's they're very friendly. Staff is amazing. Food was amazing. Atmosphere was amazing. So yeah,
perfect.
And with that, we are going to continue on with our podcast for today. And our topic of today's focus is.
I got my warm-up monologue. So.
Oh yes, we'll start off with that as always.
Okay, let's be honest. Some people say they want a peaceful life, calm relationships, no drama, but then they keep going back to the same toxic people. They pick fights over nothing. They date the person who never texts back because it's exciting. They call it passion, but is it really just chaos? So today we're asking the real question. Is everyone addicted to chaos? Or is peace just kind of boring? So we're talking about why do people keep going back to the one that is so painful or that causes them so much grief?
Good topic. All right. Today. Good topic.
Have you ever stayed in something messy?
Yes.
Just because it felt alive?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Now tell us about that.
I think a lot of it is because of comfort too, right? Especially if you've built that connection, that relationship with somebody, whether it was friends in the beginning and then, altered into like a friendship relationship or whatever, or like it was just attraction that started that way and then it just ended up being so messy at times and toxic, but yet it's like you're addicted to it. I don't know. It's no other way to say it, right? Like it's like an addiction almost. It's like it's not good for you, but yet you're still gonna keep going back to it because again, it's a familiarity that you're used to, and I think for a lot of people, especially at this day and age, a lot of people don't want to start from scratch again. Don't want to start from the beginning of the hi, how are you? What color do you do you like? What do you like to eat? So I think for them, it's a lot easier to kind of stay in something that you're already accustomed to and that you already know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's sad that it's like that, but I mean, being honest.
I think there's twofold to this, right? I think there's once people have a relationship, like once they're in a relationship with somebody, it doesn't always start off toxic. A lot of the times it grows into something toxic. So there's that, and then like you said, it turns into comfort and everything. But I also think that unfortunately, that's kind of funny. Unfortunately, chaos is seen as exciting in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because think about it like this. Life is okay to be baseline. And you have your little sad moments and your happy moments. What happens with a chaotic relationship is that this is always happening. It goes from intense down to intense up and to intense down to intense up. And so everything's always like this. And now that's not healthy. Baseline is healthy. But the problem is if you're baseline,
it's boring.
It's boring. A lot of people find that boring, especially when they're used to the chaoticness of a relationship that does this.
Yes.
And it's like...
I don't want to be flatline.
Yeah. No, exactly. Right? And it was like, I mean, all the toxic women that I've dated have always been, the relationship has always been intense, horrible downs, fighting, bickering, this, that, and the other. But then, oh boy.
Makeup sex?
Oh, man, oh boy. Nothing says I love you like I hate you, right?
I agree. I definitely agree.
So yeah, it's like, I think, like, we like that turmoil, that drama, that chaos, because it sparks that dopamine response. And life feels like it's unique, it's dynamic. There's always something going on.
But you know that it's not healthy.
Well,
you know that it's not healthy, and that's the thing.
Grown
my ass. It doesn't matter what age you are. I'm telling you. I'm serious. It doesn't matter.
Well, grown in maturity.
Yeah.
And the next part of this is: do you think chaos and passion sometimes feel the same?
Yeah, I think sometimes, a lot of times, chaos can fuel passion.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Chaos can fuel passion, but I think sometimes they're misinterpreted to be one and the same.
Yep. It's like that, like gray line where it kind of like blends into like one thing.
Well, it's like you should be able to have intense passion moments without the chaos.
Yeah.
But a lot of people connotate, I can only have that intense high after an intense low.
Yeah.
And they get used to that drama and they say, chaos, this is healthy and normal.
Yeah. But again, like I said, it's not normal.
Right.
You know that it's not normal. That's the funny part, is like people know that that's not normal in a relationship, yet they still do it.
Yep.
Continuously.
Always.
Yeah.
Why does the person who's a little unavailable always feel so magnetic? The chase?
Yeah, I think it's a chase of like, you're wondering, who are they with? What are they doing? Why aren't they with me?
Right. Hey, do you want to go out tonight? Sorry, I'm busy right now. Let me call you back. What?
Yeah.
They just hung up on me like that?
Yeah, exactly. Just like that. One conversation just now when I called somebody and they're like, gotta call you back. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Okay. I didn't even get 2 cents in that conversation.
Exactly.
And then you just did the whole high roll and I was just like, oh my God.
It's bad.
Yeah. It's bad. I get it. People are busy. People have their own things going on in their lives. But there's nothing wrong with taking 2 seconds out to kind of just respond back. Do you know what I mean?
But then here's the thing. There's nothing. You're right. There is a perfect balance in this scenario.
100%.
It's just kind of funny how it always turns into these two sides, right? You have the person who's unavailable, and it's like, I want their attention. I feel like I have to fight for their attention. They have the mystery. They have all these attributes, and these are the things that people like. It's like candy on the tongue. It's like, whoa, they're busy. They're working.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a mysterious man, mysterious woman.
Yeah, but then
I'm trying to lock them down.
Okay, but then that's funny. It's funny when you're busy, and then when they try to holler at you, they're like, you get the text of the, how come I haven't heard from you all day? How come I didn't hear? Bro, I was busy.
But it's the same thing on their side.
But that's what I'm saying. But I don't go out and do that.
But people
I don't go out and do that though.
Yeah,
Every once in a while, I will, just to kind of like put it back and like see how you feel when we play this game of back and forth BS crap. Do you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, yeah, I totally agree with what you're saying. Yeah, it's definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely, yeah.
Because then on the other side, I mean, if you think about the scenario where there isn't that level of mystery, nobody likes that.
Yeah, it's boring.
Well, think if you have somebody like always, hey, I'd love to see you. Hey, I'd love to come to. Are you free?
Yeah.
I like the last episode where we talked about.
Yeah.
Where it's like
constantly
they'll drop everything for you.
No.
It's like, but it's nice in the sense of like when I call, you answer, and there's that level of response that is enjoyable.
1,000%.
Yes, at the end of the day, I feel like most people will trend towards the person who's slightly unavailable than the person who's always available. It's good to be a little unavailable sometimes.
Absolutely. Balance. Called balance.
Do you think peaceful relationships get a bad rap for being boring?
Yes, 1,000%. Because I've hung around couples who have been like, oh yeah, we're really good. Like we don't really argue. We don't fight.
Argue.
Yeah, and then
we're not passionate. We don't do anything fun.
Yeah, and
we don't do anything boring.
And then you're looking at them like, is your relationship like okay? Because it's like. You're used to the whole toxicity of it, and it's like it's humans, you crave that. I hate to say it, but it's true. You crave all of that negative stuff, even though you're like, all about like, no, negativity is but yeah, we still have that craving for some reason. It's just that adrenaline rush. I guess it would be. You know what I mean?
You're always doing dopamine dumps.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? So you go from really sad, and then you go back up. I mean, this is like emotional manipulation, right? But when it's always like negativity putting you down, and then you have a really good moment.
Yes.
Like I noticed with a certain someone, that you'll have like a stint, like a week that's really, really bad, and you're annoyed with them and everything, and then you'll have a Monday or a Tuesday where you go out and you have the best time ever.
Yes.
And the next day you're over the moon at the gym.
Yeah.
You're all like, woo, I loved it. It was so fun. Blah, blah, blah. Because to go from the bottom to go all the way back to the top.
Yeah.
Woo, you're on cloud 9.
Yeah.
That dopamine dump.
Yeah.
And then the problem with that is like when you're back down here, you're like, oh no, but the top's coming. The top's coming. I know it's coming. I'm holding out. I know it's coming. So that's,
Yeah, I agree.
What's the most chaotic relationship or situationship you've ever stayed in?
Oh man, I think the one that was the longest that you are aware of, because like again, it came down to the whole. You knew when I was tired. You knew that I was just like, I didn't have any more. I didn't have any more gas in the tank. Like you knew that, and it's just like it drained me, and emotionally, physically, mentally, it drained me to the point that it's just like I knew that it wasn't good for me, but I still stuck around. And yes, I will agree. I did stick around for my own personal reasons, right? And again, everybody does that. You know, we're all human. We're all grown. We all know what's good and what's bad for us. Yet we still do the opposite many times, and that goes just not for relationships. That goes for a lot of things in life. Like we're just like that. You know what I mean? And I knew it wasn't good, and I knew I should have walked away many times, and I did. Like we took breaks in between, but it's just like after that whole relationship or situationship, it felt better now that I'm like on my own and I'm not with them. Like I actually I can like feel better about myself. You know what I mean? And like it made me grow as a person to like who I am today.
Yep. Yeah, it's a good learning lesson. And it really makes you step outside yourself. Like the relationship that I'll point out is just one where we were always bickering, always fighting. There was always some problem. And I mean, if you boil it down, it was just an immature love. And so everything had to be these huge mood swings. So it was always like, it wasn't just, oh, you said something that insulted me. It was like, you said something that insulted me and now we have to fight for 6 hours. Like, that was it. And I mean, we were both very intense people. Very emotionally driven people. And so that taught me a lot about regulating my emotions and what I have to do to take care of myself, going to the gym in the morning, journaling if you have to before bed, doing that kind of shit. Yeah. Just so that you have your emotional outlets, not so that you're just like a big ball of fury pent up and then when somebody triggers it, they get everything, right? Yeah. So, I think yes, it's toxic. Yes, it sucks. It's not great. The intense lows suck. The intense highs are great, but it really teaches you about balance. Yes. And it's kind of interesting because you want this, but you don't want this boring this. Yeah. So it's like, let's have this emotionally, but let's still do fun things.
Absolutely.
So let's not, and by this, it's like, maybe let's put it up here. Let's go a little bit higher on the line. Yeah. Let's make sure that we're dynamic. Yeah. And we're interesting and we're unique together. Yes. But we tell each other when there's problems. We don't snap too hard. Like, we're people. We come correct. Yeah. That's the word. Yeah,
that's the word.
Have you ever missed the drama after leaving a toxic situation?
Oh, I have to admit, like I just said, I craved it sometimes because it was like that's what I was used to, right? I was used to like having those emotions afterwards, having those feelings afterwards, and then when there was no drama, I was just like, what's wrong? Like there's something wrong. Like, you know what I mean? Again, it's bad because it's like it's toxic. It's really toxic.
It's really hard to go from a relationship where you're always fighting each other, because fighting each other can slowly turn into fighting for each other as you mentally wrap your head around the situation. And so I would say that it was weird going into the next relationship from that when there was no more of that fighting and that bickering. It was just like, if I'm upset with you, we'll have a conversation. If we're not ready to have a conversation, you'll go do your thing, I do my thing.
But, okay, that's fair. But again, the issue that I'm dealing with now is when I have an issue, or if I'm trying to express myself and how I'm feeling about something, and the wants and the needs that I want as a woman, as we talked about in our last podcast, that other person's like, oh, all you're doing is bitching. All I hear is complaining. All I hear is what I want what I just said in the last podcast. But it's not about that. It's not about me bitching. And I even said to him, I'm like, straight up to his face, I was like, I'm not complaining. I'm just simply stating how I'm feeling, but you're not validating that for me. And I like, people in relationships need to validate each other's feelings. There's two people. I always say there are two people in a relationship. You need to validate them, and you need to have empathy. Like, and a person in your relationship will know if you're actually being genuine about your feelings and what you're taking in and how you're responding to that.
But there is an inherent flaw in the way that men and women connect. And I'm not saying this is every scenario, but when a woman comes and says, hey, I'm not getting this, and this from you, a man doesn't interpret that as just like, hey, validate me, or hey, I want to see more love from you. He doesn't take it as that. He takes it as, you're not enough and you're not fulfilling me enough. So immediately their back goes up to the wall. And immediately they get upset by that because they're like, because they go in their mind to all the things that they do for you as a woman or do for you as a man. And so there's this inherent disconnect between men and women where women will be like, oh, I want this from you. And men will immediately go, but I do this and this and this, and all you do is complain, right?
Yeah.
So, but that's part of growing and maturing, and turns into why these relationships get toxic. And I also think that young love, when everybody's starting out with relationships and everybody's learning how to love somebody properly and correctly, I think that innately corrupts everybody, because it sets a bad standard for what a relationship is.
Agreed.
Especially if you haven't had the best family dynamic and you don't really know the relationship with your relationship with your parents is strained or hard or whatever the case is.
Yes.
I think it sets you up for a hard path. And so it's one of these where you have all these problems fucked up and you're all twisted and shit over here, and then you slowly start dating these people and you realize, oh, it's not supposed to be up and down. Oh, I'm not supposed to have to prove myself for love and validation. Oh, it's not supposed to be like this fucking fight, right?
Well, that's the thing, is like we talked about this in previous episodes and stuff like that, where it comes down to like, love what love really is. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? And over the years, people, because of toxicity, because some people haven't been blessed with being shown what love is, mm-hmm. whether that's from a parent, whether that's from a sibling or anybody, it's
someone
hard for them to express that, right? So it's if you're coming in a relationship and know nothing about that because of your history or your past or your childhood, whatever that is, you are learning and you're late in the game.
Yep.
Because you're confused, and when somebody's actually showing you true signs of what love is to them or how it's supposed to feel, that person's gonna have their back up against the wall and be like, oh, you know what I mean? Because like they're confused, right?
Yep.
So,
do you think there's a way to have peace and passion?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
The relationship is supposed to have its ups and downs, like we talked about.
It will.
But it's also,
it will. It's not supposed to, but it will.
Yeah, it will. But it's supposed to have those moments where you have disagreements, you have arguments and all that, but it's supposed to bring two people closer together and understanding how to deal with those situations as they arise.
Preach. Preach.
Do you know? Hallelujah. But do you know what I mean? It's like, that's the whole point, is it's meant to bring people closer together, friendships even included. You know what I mean? You can have disagreements. Life is about that. Life, you're not going to come across 10 people that are all going to agree with you on something. You're not going to come across a person that's going to agree in your relationship about how you're thinking, what you're feeling, how you're going to go through it. No, everybody's perception of things in life are different based on experiences, based on things that have happened in their past, based on what they're feeling. All these things play a role. But passion and all of that, yes, it's definitely possible to have all of that in a relationship. And more.
You can have all that and more, baby. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that a lot of people misinterpret chaos for how a relationship should go.
Yeah.
And so when they find somebody that's safe and comfortable and validates them, they interpret that less as oh, this is a healthy relationship, and more as we're incompatible because we don't have the same passion as me with that last person, right?
Yeah.
But yes, you can have all that and more, baby. Have you ever dated someone who was amazing but you got bored?
Yeah, I'd
Yeah?
say so.
You think so?
Yeah, I would say
Who is
so.
it? Who is it? I'm kidding, because they watch.
We know you watch. No, I've had that, and it's boring in a sense that it's like that you end up finding out that sometimes you're just not compatible. I mentioned this recently to somebody and I said we're not compatible. And he's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, "We're not. Like, we do things differently. We act differently towards each other." It's like I explain to them about what I like to do when I'm with somebody, like how I explain my love language, like I told you before, right? And they're like, "Well, why don't you do those things?" I'm like, "Because I don't feel that from you." So again, it came down to I like him, but it's like, is it enough to continue the relationship?
Well, my big thing is I can't have a romantic relationship with somebody that I can't talk to. And that's like a big
hard.
thing. And what that grows into, though, is what's that part of is having compatible personalities.
Yes.
And that doesn't mean everything you have to share all the interests, but
No.
but you should be able to fucking sit down at dinner or sit in your car for a couple hours and have no problem talking.
Well, and I've had many conversations where we've driven downtown and it's just like silence. And then he's like, "Don't you have anything to say?" I'm like, "Well, what do you want me to talk about?" He's like, "Well, instead of you just sitting there not saying anything." I'm like, "Okay, but it's just like, I don't really, when I ask you how work is, great. That's always your response. Great. Okay, did anything else happen? Was it exciting? Did anything, shit happen? Like you had to take out any fires or anything like that? No, it was great." And I'm like, okay, it's always the same response.
Yeah, it kind of sucks.
It's very monotone. And I'm just like, bro. So then I'm like, the other day, I was kind of like, okay, let's go do something. What do you want to do? Why do I always have to plan it? I'm like, well, why don't I would say we would go to have a fire, but it was supposed to rain yesterday, which it did for a little bit. But so I was like, okay, so we're not going to do that. So why don't we just go to our regular spot? Okay, well, I guess so, since there's really nothing else to do. But it's like I mentioned on the phone, I do mention those things to you. I said, let's go bowling. Let's go play pool. But you don't want to do any of those things. Let's go for a walk. When I did mention saying to go for a walk, the response I got was, "But I walk every day. I walk all day." Okay, but there's nothing wrong with going for a nice walk in the evening. You could still do those things. But when I suggested that, no, you don't want to do that. So everything that I'm suggesting, you don't want to do. So again, does that make any sense for somebody to be in something where it's like everything you're trying to suggest, even if it's something different? I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that.
Well,
call me when you have something to do or something better that we could do. What?
Well, this is it. Like, I don't know. I mean, so I find some people don't have a priority for. This is somebody that I can talk to, because they're like, I have friends, I have this, I have that I can talk to in that capacity, and I don't necessarily care for my partner to be someone I can yap with.
Then why are you with them?
Well, but this is your perspective, and this is my perspective. It's like I want somebody who I can have a conversation with.
Yeah.
That isn't just, how was work? Oh, the weather's nice today. Like the surface level
very
shit.
surface level. Yeah.
It would be nice to have some. Like, it's always nice when you have somebody
A little
where the
bit in-depth.
conversation flows.
Yeah.
Where it's not always just talking about work and this and this. Like, yes, you're talking about those things, but you're talking about the depths, and you're talking about more interesting things as they come up. The conversation just flows, right?
Yeah.
You have light blood, as they say, light blood. You don't have heavy blood. It's not like you're having to force a conversation. The conversation just flows, and you're very compatible in that way.
But this is what I'm saying. Sometimes it doesn't flow, and that's why I always question, and I always look at them and I'm like, why are we in this relationship when we can't talk? Like, when I can't sometimes feel like I can talk to you about anything. It doesn't make any sense. Like, it really doesn't. I'm telling you the truth.
Exactly. So all this talking comes down to this point. Do you think people are addicted to chaos, or, if we boil it down and reduce it, do you think it's just that everybody wants to feel wanted?
I think it's a little bit of both, to be honest. I think the addiction for chaos in a relationship is 1,000% true. People do crave that drama.
But do you think it's because they interpret that to, oh, this person is fighting for me? This person wants me?
I think some people feel like that, yes. Because, again, it's their perception of how maybe past relationships have been. So if it's something that they're used to and it's been a repetitious thing, then that's what they're going to know it to be as, right? Whereas other people who have had plenty of different relationships, plenty of different feelings, plenty of different chaos, good, bad, whatever, it doesn't matter. Know the difference between that, and know that it's like, no, it's not supposed to be like that, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, I definitely agree with that. Like, I think there's a little bit of
I think if we boil it down, it's the emotion that people are, the dopamine response and everything and the turmoil. I think this all just goes back to a feeling of validation and being wanted. And I think that everybody wants somebody who fights for them, even if it's in an unhealthy way. So if you're with somebody, and sure, it might be horrible 90% of the time, but if it's amazing, like the best thing ever, that 10% of the time, it's really hard to let that go, because you feel so validated and so wanted as a person, as an individual.
Yeah, but I guess for that person that's feeling that, it's like maybe they don't know any better too. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm sure it's a bit of everything.
What an actual genuine wanting of being in a relationship is supposed to feel like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
So, I don't know. It's one of those. What do you guys think? What's your opinion on all that? Curious.
Complete the sentence. Okay. Before we go to complete the sentence.
Yes.
It's really important for all of you out there to make sure that you've spent some time looking at what a relationship is supposed to be.
Yeah. For yourself. For yourself.
For you. Because there's a million people talking on the internet. Relationships like this and this and this and this and this.
But what is it for you?
What is it for you?
What is it that you want? If you're in a current relationship right now, or you're planning on getting in a relationship with somebody, or whatever that may be, who cares? What is it that you're looking for? Yep. What is it that you can bring to the dinner table, like we talked about in our last episode? What is it that you're expecting from them? What are your expectations? Because everybody's expectations are different. Are you on the same page? Are you able to see yourself grow? Are you able to see yourself push each other when you're going down through certain things in life? Because it's about goals. It's about ambition. It's about, again, a relationship is supposed to lift each other up, not supposed to bring each other down. Exactly. Yes, you're going to have those moments, but your partner is supposed to be that person that you're supposed to lean on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
So your support.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, actually, like what Nathan is saying, yeah, definitely take a look into that for yourself and see what is it that you're actually wanting. Because if it's
do some inner reflection.
Yeah, definitely do that, because it's important, right? Like we always have to do that check-in with ourselves, even if not with your person, like just on a piece of paper. You can even do that on yourself. Reflect on yourself. Have your goals changed? Have you changed and grown into two different people that you don't even recognize that person that you're with anymore? Things in life change. So, and that can be partners as well, right? And it's just, you've grown apart for whatever reason, and you got to figure out, is this something that you still can try to work on? Or if it's not, then maybe go your own separate ways.
Exactly. Yeah, I always like to do check-ins. I think the best thing to do is emotional check-ins.
Mental check-ins.
Just do it in the morning, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're putting on your cologne, your deodorant, whatever. Look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you happy? Are you happy? Are you fulfilled in your relationships? Is what you're doing in life serving what you want from life? Because the trick there is, if you say no and you answer no to all those questions honestly and truthfully, well, don't make a dramatic change then, because maybe you just had a bad day. But if you ask yourself that question and it's no, I'm not happy enough times in the morning, it might be time to think about how you can change things.
Yeah, because remember, it always starts with you. It doesn't start with anybody else.
You make the change.
Always you.
Yeah.
Always.
So, to wrap this one up.
Yes.
When I complete the sentence.
Go on.
Peace is...
Peace is calm.
Or I should say peace in a relationship is...
Calm. Love. Yeah. Respect, all of that. Can I say more than one thing?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, calmness, love, respect, just kind of like knowing that you are in their world and that they're in yours, and that you can actually come to them and talk to them about like pretty much almost anything, basically. I mean, some things you obviously can't for whatever reason, but they're supposed to be like your other half. That's the whole point. It's your significant other. That's what that is to me. What is peace to you in a relationship?
Communication.
The big C.
Understanding.
Not the cookie.
Not the cookie. Don't give the cookie. Don't give the cookie. No, not the cookie. I would say communication, and then the second part to that is and understanding. Because it doesn't matter how much you communicate if the other person isn't understanding.
Yeah.
So we could say comprehension.
Yeah.
But comprehension isn't as nice as communication.
No.
Because people go, peace is communication, and everybody will be like,
No, the worst part about it is when I hear men say, just bring me peace. I just want peace. I want a woman that can bring me peace.
I don't want peace. I want problems.
What the fuck is that? What? Explain to me, you men out there. Explain to me, what does it mean when a man says, "I want a woman that can bring me peace"? What does that mean? What are you, as a man, if you're gonna say that to a woman, what are you expecting your woman to do to bring you peace? What are you expecting to provide if she brings you peace? That's what I want to know.
I think we all know the answer to that.
Yeah. But
Yeah, so send it in the comments.
Yes.
Let us know what you think.
yes.
Are people addicted to chaos? Are you addicted to chaos?
Are you?
And if so, how do you navigate it? Or do you thrive in the chaos? Are you just like, yeah, I'm a toxic motherfucker, and that's okay?
Hey, if you are,
hats
that's
off
cool.
to you.
That's
hats
great.
off to you. Maybe write some notes of how to be toxic. We love a toxicita. It's toxicita? Whatever. Toxica. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. But as always, we always want to hear comments, good or bad.
Comments, text message. If you guys have our number, text us. If you don't have our number,
reach out for that.
Email. Whatever.
Email and whatever. And thank you again to all those that have commented thus far. I've responded. Thank you to everyone who has thus far given us suggestions. Keep those suggestions coming around because they are definitely really great. And I know that everyone's going through so many different things in life right now, but like we're here to kind of help you through that, or maybe you're going through that in your own lives. I mean, right?
Yeah.
So
Good luck.
good luck. Stay tuned for the next one.
See you later, guys.
Have a great weekend.